It's my new experiment. I just took a bunch of clay and patted it down in a circle, and then rolled out clay and put strings all the way around and build it up. And then of course a thicker piece up here that I wrapped around. Then I took 3 strands of clay, rolled them out and braided them for the bottom piece. And then as you can see for the vines, I just took little thin pieces and put them on there just anywhere. And then I also made some leaves. And the reason I don't have them attached is because since I work with white clay, I paint it. So I want to make sure the green and everything pops without getting it onto the basket here. And I haven't decided if those are going to be grapes or cherries, or depends on what color I want. So I'm going to bake it and be a nice little jewelry holder or just something decorative to set around. We'll see how that works. I just see I've got it all the way around. I'll bake it. I don't want to overdo it, so I didn't make a whole lot of leaves. And I may or may not use all those little balls I got down there. And then when I rolled this out thin, I just took a, where'd it go? Cake decorating tool and put the impressions in it before I wrapped it on there. So that's why it's got the lines around there, because I want texture in there. So we'll see how that goes. And some of the sleeves I have curled up. These I'll glue on once everything dries and once I get everything painted. Okay, I thought I'd try to make a lid for it too. Found a piece of little gold thing left over, stuck in the middle of it. And again, I just flattened out a round piece of clay and then rolled out some strings and made some extra leaves and little balls in there. Okay, painted my little cherries there, decided to go. And as you see, that looks pretty cool on there. So once I get the leaves and the vines and everything painted, it should look pretty cool. And for the leaves, I think I'm going to go with a little lighter green, mixing the yellow and the green together. Okay, we have the leaves painted, and now I'm going to move on to painting the inside of the bowl white. Okay, I got this inside of it painted and the bottom part of the lid. So now I'm going to move to painting the outside of it, probably a light brown. Okay, I got the brown painted. And as you notice, and I did the vines too. I didn't even paint the vines, that's just the paint that got on them. But that's okay, because that's going to be part of the background of the color. Vines have different colors, greens, browns. So that's going to work out. And just leave that, because then I'm going to paint those with a very fine paintbrush to get some green on those. And then I'll start gluing everything together and then glossing it. Okay, we got the vines painted. I mean, you don't have to be perfect. It's going to, so I got those painted around there. And then I think what I might do is just take a little bit of yellow and just barely dry brush to give it some highlights and see what that does, just in a couple spaces. Okay, so now I'm going to start gluing the leaves and the berries on. Okay, we have the leaves glued on, and now we just have to wait until those dry and put the cherries on. Okay, we have the cherries glued on. Just have to wait for all that to dry. The top's getting there. And what I'm going to do next is take some of the pearl color and just dab on the tops of those cherries, kind of make them pop a little bit before I gloss everything. Okay, we put a little, went around to paintbrush and just barely touched around the tops and stuff of the cherries. I think it makes it pop better. So as you can see, a little pearly look. Okay, now once that dries really well, then I'll spray two or three, about three different coats of lacquer on it to seal it and make it shiny and it'll pop. Okay, let it dry a little longer before we spray it. Put a little bit of shine to it, and that way you can use it and clean it easily. Okay. Okay, we have the first coat on. See how shiny that makes it? Looks a lot better, doesn't it? Oh, letting that dry, and I'll probably put two more coats on. I use the spray lacquer or spray gloss. Okay, I've got about three coats of lacquer on here, as you see, and it turned out pretty good. Here's a little drum box.